Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also, welcome if you are new. Today we are doing some more decorating for Christmas. I will also be sharing another recipe at the end of today's video, but I do want to give a big thanks to Temu for sponsoring today's video. Time to thank Temu for sponsoring today's video. You guys have already seen me work with their stuff throughout this Christmas decorating already. The wreath that I have on the hood vent is from Temu. The garlands I've been using is from Temu. Different things throughout the house I've already been using. It is a fantastic website, great app to use. Their stuff is really nice, but it's like insanely priced. Like, you have to go on the app to see like how crazy it is, but they got some really cool stuff and stuff that I've been using and enjoyed using, integrating throughout my Christmas decorating this year. So I'm gonna go through some of the stuff I still have to work with. My favorite ones that I have not used yet are these banners. So they're giant nutcrackers. Our plan is to use this outside on the front door. It's really, really big, so it takes a second to open it all the way up. But these banners are taller than me. I don't even know how to show you on camera how massive these are. But there's two of them, so my plan is that I'm going to hang these on either side of the front door when we decorate outside. Like I said, you've seen the garland that I put on our mantle. The little puffballs are from Temu. A lot of the fairy lights I've been... Are you looking too? I got this bag that is going to be used as a teacher's gift. So not only decorations, they also have gift ideas. So I got this pretty little bag that I thought would be really nice for the kids' teacher gifts for Christmas. I also have some, where is it? There. I got a couple Christmas cards that are going to be for the teachers as well. I've been rummaging through this using it already, so it's like finding all the things. Oh, Freya has been loving these hair clips. She actually has already taken two of them, and I don't know where they went, but the one in the middle was a giant Santa, which is probably in her room somewhere, and then this clip was similar to one of those, but she's obsessed with hair bows, like the clip-in ones, but she also loses them because she ends up putting them on her Barbies and her reindeer and pretty much anything that has hair that she can clip them to, she does. Oh, I want to show you a close-up of the fairy lights I've been using. I still have some to use throughout the house, but I haven't really given a good close-up of some of these. So these are the fairy lights, but they look like little snowflakes. So I've already used these on the wreath by the front door, on the mantle, just throughout the house, and they're really, really pretty. You're gonna get to see me use a lot more of these decorations throughout today's video though, so I hope you guys enjoy. I will also be sharing another recipe at the end of today's video, but take a look in my description below. Temu is giving you guys an awesome discount, and I will have the link, the discount code, and everything left below like always. But let's get back into decorating for Christmas.
We'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne, and here's a hand my trusty.
I actually love the way the dining room turned out this time, because the dining room right now to me still feels very empty, and a lot of that is this wall right here. Normally I would have like a piece of furniture or something here to pull it all together, but with knowing I want to build the built-ins over here and the little bar area, it's just very plain and empty to me currently. So being able to get in here and add some decorations for Christmas, I really like the way this has turned out. Still hoping to get that buffet area figured out, hopefully within a little bit, just trying to plan it out. And then obviously finances, like doing all this stuff to the house is not cheap. So we've been slowing down a little bit because we spent a lot of the money in the beginning. I am super excited though. We just got our fence up. So that is all good. So we're also going to be working on raised planter beds soon, which I am super excited about. My parents do a ton of gardening down here. So I know I really want to get into a lot of the gardening, get some different citrus trees, possibly like a tangerine tree, a lemon tree, different stuff like that. So that's another thing on our to-do list, just adding to the list as we go. However, I love this garland on this tree. It has that perfect green, white, and red puffballs, and I could move them around a little bit to make it look the way I wanted. I was going more simplistic on this tree, though. I did not want to overwhelm it. I wanted it to... I went back and forth about adding any decorations, but then that felt too plain. So I added just enough to make it feel a little bit fuller, but I did not want to overwhelm it like our main tree. I wanted it to coordinate with it, but also still stand alone.
For all my sign.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart.
So this tree definitely won't be here next year because next year we will have the built-in. So I wasn't going to buy like a tree color or something for it because I don't know where it's going to be. Originally, my plan was to put it in the sunroom, but this room just still felt so empty. I decided to add it in here. So I'm just using a blanket as the skirt for this year. I wasn't going to go out and buy something when I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to use it next year. But then we are putting up another one of our Santa pictures. I love these photos. All of these really big photos I got from, Hobby Lobby, over last year and the year before. A lot of these are still there. So if you guys like this one or the one in our front entry or the kids' bathroom, that's where I got all of those big photos. Just like my life-size decorations, these photos are another thing that I love using every single year. I feel like they're huge statement pieces and really just pull that Christmas vibe in. But a little trick if you don't want to go out and spend the money on these bigger photos. However, I will say, especially if you get them at the 50% off, which is how I got them, they're not that expensive considering what they are. But if you don't want to do that, another really good option is if you already have artwork in your home, you can wrap it in wrapping paper, add a bow, make it look nice and pretty, and that will give you a really big statement piece as well. I decided that this centerpiece that I DIY'd, you would have seen that video already on Tuesday. I wanted to use it in the dining room. It was a little too bulky for the kitchen. I ended up just doing a smaller table wreath in the kitchen with a candle. I felt like it was a little bit better, and then I put this into the dining room. And then the dishes and stuff are actually hand-me-downs from my mom. You're gonna see those here in a second. I, in the last house, never really set up the table because the kids were always at our dining room table. Where here, the dining room table is used more the way it's supposed to be used because the kids will play in their rooms more often. It's one reason I love having a single-story house compared to a two-story is I feel like the kids go and do their own thing more in their bedroom, but they still feel connected to the house. Like, we're still all on the same level and floor. I don't know. I really like it. But I did like the idea that I could actually set my table for Christmas. I love these dishes. The dishes, the silverware, all of those were given to me by my mom. These were the dishes that I used on Christmas Day every year. When growing up, my mom always did a big like brunch type thing, and we would sit in the dining room as a family and all use these dishes. So this is more of a nostalgic thing to be able to set this dining room table up like this, and I absolutely love it.
Baby, I still wear the shirt you gave me, 'cause it reminds me of the times when I was down and you were there to save me, telling me that I'll be fine. Put some music on, turn the lights down low, throw the pillows off the bed, blow the candles out, move your body slow. If you got something on your mind, I'ma try to help you let it go. Try to help you let it go.
Out into the sunroom. My big thing in the sunroom is you guys know how much I love my Christmas village. I got this collection from Bobby's grandma. Last year, I used most of it on top of our kitchen cabinets at the old house, and I loved the way it looked. But in this house, we don't have space above our cabinets to do that. So I decided that, especially since you can see this room from the front door, pretty much from the main living area everywhere, that I was going to do my village in this window. And I am obsessed with the way it turns out. Obviously, I still have to put my Santa hat on our wolf. You guys know I do this every single year. And since we have this little fireplace in this room as well, if you're new here, this room is also, we call it the dog room because the dogs eat out here. If we are out of the house, they stay in this room because we have a husky, and huskies can be destructive if left alone. And we used to have to kennel him. Now that he's getting older, we don't have to kennel him, but we still put the dogs in this room, which is AC'd. It's environmentally controlled. They're not being left outside. But because of that, I wanted to put the dog stockings out here on the fireplace. I just thought it was so cute. But like I said, my biggest excitement was this window because I knew I could set up my Christmas village, and it's absolutely beautiful. Next year, I'm thinking I'm going to put some of this on the built-ins once that's in, because you're going to see how much I used, but I still have, this was only like between 1/3 and a half of the entire collection I have. So I still have a lot. So I could do this window next year and other places in the house once the built-ins are up.
So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. I'm making plans for what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you, 'cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close.
So these first two houses I put up are the only ones we did not get from Bobby's grandma. These are ones that Bobby and I purchased, but I like them. I wouldn't get too many of them because they're too modern, if that makes sense. But I like them because they play music and they do have some color lights. So going with the classic ones that we got from Bobby's grandma and these two just mixed in, I really enjoy because you then get the little bit of lights and the music to go along with it. Plus the one that we saw, and you're gonna get a better look at it in a little bit, has Santa flying in the air, and it's almost that perfect mix of old and new all coming together.
And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas moment we'll fill with love and joy. Loving so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you.
You can see Freya was having a lot of fun helping Mommy out with this, mainly playing with the empty boxes as I was done with it. She is obsessed with this village. I'm not someone that kid-proofs my house. I try and teach the kids boundaries, but in a playful way. Like, I don't feel like it should be like, you can't touch this, you can't touch that. But teaching like gentle, like you can look and you can touch, and she loves this setup, but you have to be gentle with it because things can break. Now, with that being said, over the years we have had things break, and I just am okay with that because my thought having kids was always, I want them to learn these boundaries, and if something at my house gets broken, sure, I'm going to be sad. But at least they're learning, so when I go to my parents' house, who they don't have kids anymore, and they have a lot of breakable things, they're going to know not to touch or be gentle. Or when we go to our aunt and uncle's house who don't have kids and they don't worry about things getting broken, that I can say, hey, this is just to be pretty and to be gentle. So that is why I have never baby-proofed my house, or I shouldn't say baby-proofed. Obviously, some baby proofing when it comes to like outlets and stuff, but like kid proof decorations and stuff like that, I have never done that because I think it is very important for the kids to learn boundaries, and yeah, learn that you can touch, but you have to be gentle with it and things like that. Or if you touch that, you might get hurt. Different styles. So she does love this, but she's been really good this year at just looking and not trying to like pick up the houses or things like that. She has used her Barbies in the village, but that's just cute. And as long as she's gentle with it, I am totally okay with it. So a lot of this snow fluff stuff is just like fiberfill for pillows. I save it every year, so when I am done, I will just put it all back into the bag it came into, or a Ziploc bag or something. I like the blanket stuff to like do an overall fill, but this fiber fluff I feel like is always just gives more of that like, I don't know, pretty, fluffy, snowy look to it. And even though we are in Florida, I still want a white Christmas when it comes to my decor. The little plant I put on the side table, I actually got that at Walgreens. It is so pretty. Guys, don't count out Walgreens. If you're still looking for decorations, I would definitely go to Walgreens and check out what they have. They have some really pretty stuff, and this was only $6, so a really, really good price. So yes, this village is beautiful during the day, but at night it is just magic. It completely transforms. The glow, all of it is just absolutely beautiful. I'm very happy to have it in this window. That's one reason like I love Christmas trees and stuff, or the different fairy lights, is to me when you have all those little light aspects in your house, that is one of the things that makes Christmas so cozy and comfortable and absolutely beautiful. So I absolutely love this at night. Here you can see the Santa flying above. That's one of my favorites. But we're going to move on to the recipe. Now, this is the first time I ever made this recipe, so I'm going to obviously show you what I used. Super basic ingredients. But I'm also going to tell you what I would do differently next time. So I did 2 blocks of cream cheese. I did forget to leave it out on the counter for a couple hours. So I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. I know you're not supposed to do that, but it was a little too hard for me to be able to work with it. But then I'm just going to shred some, what is it called? The pepper jack cheese. Totally lost my train of thought, but shred this. I shredded a whole box. You can get it pre-shredded. Often I will get it pre-shredded just because it's easier. But on this day, they did not have pre-shredded. And I do know that it is better if you shred it yourself. It just melts so much nicer in the end.
You're keeping me on. Yeah, I'm strapped in, stuck in a song you can't turn off. Like a merry-go-round, my head is spinning. I see you rapping about, I'm sure as hell not.
And then once that is all done, I add about half of it to the bowl, maybe a little over half, but pretty close to half. That way I can mix it all together. I added about a cup of sour cream. You guys know I don't measure. I kind of go by eye. Even when I find recipes like this, like I glance at the recipe and then just kind of wing it. That's one thing why I love cooking over baking. And then some onions. Obviously, you don't have to get them pre-cut like I did, but I was feeling lazy and ordered them pre-chopped, which made my life a lot easier. It called for dicing like your own peppers, but I ended up just buying the canned with the like Fiesta blend corn. That way it already had it in it. I did 2 cans of it. Once again, I just kind of went by eye. I mixed it a little bit to see what I would think and then added the second can, realizing I definitely wanted more corn. If you want to use less, only use 1 can. Like I said, the great thing about cooking is it doesn't have to be exact. Now, what I would do differently is I wasn't sure between the pepper jack cheese and the Fiesta blend corn how spicy this would be. So I did not want to add like too much without trying the recipe first. Next time though, I would definitely add some diced jalapenos. I was taking this over to my parents' house for our Sunday family day. We do every single Sunday, either at our house, my parents' house, or my uncle's house, and my mom was doing chili. So I thought this was the perfect appetizer to go with chili, and luckily my entire family loves spice. So after everyone tried it, we ended up adding some jalapenos to the top of it, which are so good because my parents' jalapenos, they make them fresh. Like I said, my parents love to garden. My mom cans. I grew up eating all like canned green beans and homemade jellies and things like that. So we got to use her fresh canned jalapenos or pickled jalapenos, whatever you call them. It was amazing. Next time, I 100% will add jalapenos into this to give it that little bit more kick. You don't need to do that though if you don't like spicy.
The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. Feeling alive, I love being by your side. It makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be
Now, if you're not doing a whole family get together, you could cut this recipe in half and just do it in an 8x8. Like I said, I was bringing this over for a family function, so I did a 9x13. But sprinkling the remainder of the cheese on top, I then wrapped this and brought it to my mom's house just like this because I wanted to put it in her oven. That way it could be done fresh there and everyone could enjoy it right away and not have it cool off in the drive. So this is actually at my mom's house. She is also helping by garnishing the top of it with some fresh curly parsley. This, you can take it or leave it, but it's always pretty and it does add that little bit of fresh herb to it, which, by the way, how cool is her herb scissors? I'm definitely buying those. This turned out so good. You can eat it with Ritz crackers or Tostitos, like chips, any of those things. It was amazing. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to check out my links in the description below for Temu, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!